God. Welcome back to another reaction video. Shoot for man. Hey, today we reacting to caught on cam, inside the deadly YSL mix-up that claimed a young mother's life. I had to put an emphasis on young mother's life because, like, why is innocent young mothers dying? You feel me? But let's get straight into it.
Like thieves in the night.
These are YSL gang members.
Authorities say they waited in the woods until a Nissan drove out of this apartment complex. And when it did, they lit it up.
There are 39 casings collected from the scene.
30 what?
Authorities say they waited in the woods until a Nissan drove out of this apartment complex. And when it did, they lit it up.
So they knew the timing, or like
casings collected from the scene.
These YSL gang members were allegedly after a man who shot up Lil Baby's music video. Instead,
you got the wrong car.
It was this woman and her 2-year-old son inside.
She bleeds out and she passes away in front of her child.
The video that led to this man's conviction, and DA Fonnie Willis and her team say they aren't done yet.
YSL is a gang. It does exist, and it is a violent gang.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates.
share room, don't copyright me.
Her family says 21-year-old Naja Cox would do anything for her 2-year-old son, Namir. It was late at night, but one night they hopped into a black Nissan sedan and what was supposed to be a quick trip to the store for some juice. Namir, he really wanted some juice that night. Instead, what he got was a night of complete terror, reportedly at the hands of 3 young Slime Live gang members, or YSL for short. One of them, too, was wearing something peculiar that had authorities on his tail. And we do want to warn you, what you're about to see, it may be graphic.
That boy sus. This just sound like drums, though. Trim.
Had authorities on his tail, and we do want to warn you, what you're about to see, it may be graphic. This was the moment that started it all. TMZ obtained this footage May 14, 2024.
Lil Baby had a music video shoot on Verbena Street. That video shoot was shot up by someone who we know as being documented with a different gang.
Amanda Green is the senior assistant district attorney for Fulton County, covering Atlanta. She's in the gang unit.
That person was the main person of interest in that shooting, in that assault, and that person is known to reside or be at that same apartment complex off of 2500 Center Street.
And 4 days later, around 2 o'clock in the morning, city cameras take it from here. 2500 Center Street, a silver car pulls around to the Woodland Heights apartment complex, scoping it out before then turning around. And if you look close, you can see a man in a gray hoodie in the passenger seat. The car turns, drives out of frame before then 3 men appear shortly after. One of them wearing that exact same hoodie, according to ADA Green.
On the same footage, you see 3 males walking around that same apartment complex, not going in it, but kind of looking and then leaving back out and going into the wood
trying
line.
To spot the car.
Those males were with hoodies, they had masks on.
But again, what stuck out was the man in this gray hoodie. It was distinct, enough for detectives to identify. The man wearing it, Jamal Baker, a known member of the YSL gang.
The biggest mistake he made is he wore a gray hoodie. So in 2 o'clock in the morning, nope.
How you get caught because of a gray hoodie?
Light whatsoever. I could see everywhere he was going with that gray hoodie, and he admitted to wearing that hoodie.
You can see Baker and 2 other men walking away.
So basically, like, they probably tracked, because, you know, cameras, traffic cameras, all that stuff, they obviously have access to that. They probably followed where he came from, where he went, because it's easy to follow. Just a little insight of how they did it.
From the apartment complex, cutting across the street, then into the wood line.
There was a young mother, 21 years old, Naja Cox, and her son, Namir Cox,
living in the
traveling
trenches, dog.
outside of their apartment complex to the store. to get the baby juice.
Maybe
She drives
nah.
past that same wood line and then out of frame. But before she does, you can catch a few bright flashes in the distance.
The bullets are going over the child's head, hits the mother in the back, goes through her heart. The driver stops at the very next business that's there, and she bleeds out and she passes away in front of her child.
At least 39 shots were fired. The child miraculously was not injured. ADA Green says that family and friends heard the commotion, put two and two together, and ran to the scene.
The worst part is the child is right there seeing it. I have him on body cam. He's hiding behind someone's legs, like an adult's legs, just watching this whole thing carry itself out.
And the violence didn't stop there. Authorities say the man who they were after, allegedly the gunman at the Lil Baby video shoot, drove a blue Nissan, not a black Nissan like Naja was driving.
Down the street at a BP gas station at Donnelly Hollowell, the actual person, the intended target, is at that location. 35 minutes later at 2:46 a.m., there's a shooting. There's a drive-by shooting at that gas station. And
on his
that
head.
Intended target, the person that was meant to be the hit, is going out with his firearm. You can see it on video, going out with his firearm. And he gets into a blue Nissan and leaves the location immediately.
Was he not harmed in that gas station incident?
He was not.
In court, ADA Green says that Jamal Baker and his legal team, they tried.
Some of the arguments that were made during closing was, sure, that's my client. Yes, Jamal Baker is there in the gray hoodie wearing a mask, but there's no such thing as a hit. He was just there. Maybe he was there to steal cars. The defense was honing on the fact that I have no evidence of Mr. Baker shooting a gun into that car, but all the surrounding evidence was there. I had cell phone records that put him there. He was there at the time. I had a witness that drove him there. That person testified. And I have him on camera footage, and he's admitting that he's there.
Baker convicted of murder and gang charges, life without parole, and to be served in confinement.
We have a whole unit dedicated to gang activity. We will not tolerate any areas of our city being overran or intimidated, dominated, or become victims of a gang who is trying to control a territory. YSL is a gang. It does exist, and it is a violent gang. And I believe my case is an example of that.
Now, in a public statement, a spokesperson for Baker said in part, quote, that the Defender Counsel's Appellate Office represents Mr. Jamal Ronte Baker. A team of skilled appeals attorneys, investigators, and administrators is working in support of the new trial motion and looks forward to zealously representing Mr. Baker in future filings and court proceedings, but must decline further comment at this time.
You know,
the Fulton County.
One thing I do notice that happens in court a lot nowadays, bro. Time changes for people in prison. Like, for example, he has life with no parole, right? I'm not saying whatever he did is right. Obviously, it's wrong if he's actually one of the shooters. You know what I'm saying? But if he's in the slightest like if his wrongs are like slightly underneath the other niggas, bro, his life without parole just gets kicked out the window, bro. Like then out of nowhere they give him like 30 years and like 10 years of house arrest or some bullshit like that, and he gets to be a free man again. I guess it should be crazy, bro. They be finding the littlest thing and then they use that and switch the whole case. Should be
The district attorney's office, though, is showing no signs of stopping. They say 19-year-old Cortez Harvey and DeMonte Simmons were the two other shooters.
But the guy that was after,
case, and they are also known YSL gang members. They have been arrested and charged and will be tried at a later date. We'll let you know what happens. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
That's it. Tough shit. But nah, yeah, that's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. Instead of a blue Nissan, they hit the black Nissan with the mom inside. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. I ain't gonna lie, dude in the blue Nissan, he knew for sure because they said that because they already watching him. They already know who it is. They already watching him. They low-key protecting him. / they probably trying to get him too with the ops all at once. It's not gonna happen, but they're trying to get that boy. I ain't gonna lie, it's not gonna stop. If you guys mess with this reaction, bro, comment down more reactions for us to watch, bro. Literally, bro. Simple as that. But look, make sure you guys pray through good times and bad times. Till next time.
Bye, have a great time.
Sometimes I think this bitch a cop, and we got bowls for sale with all the flavors like a candy shop. Nigga play with YBT on game, we get the pouncing out. You need 10 to sit with us, little boy, you need